The group traveled deeper into the Green Home Forest without much incident, until the second day, when the forest's ambience began to shift. The trees seemed to loom darker, and an uneasy tension settled in. A trio of thatched figures, made of plants and sticks, roughly shaped like humanoids, appeared in their path. These totems marked the boundary of Lone Wing Clan territory, sacred ground that no non-Shi elf should dare to enter. The forest seemed to echo the warlike clan's harsh nature, growing more menacing with every step the group took. That evening, they made camp under the ominous purple glow of the Little Sister Moon, which crossed over Old Father, casting a haunting shadow over the forest. Legends whispered of ill omens during the full rise of Little Sister, and tonight, the air seemed thick with that dark energy. As the group rested, Minnow was plagued by a fitful vision. He saw Kalen speaking to him, telling him how proud his parents would be, then catching one of Minnow's tears on his finger, except the tear turned to blood. The blood spread, covering the land, drowning Minnow in a sea of red. In his dream, he saw his parents dead, the entire clan lifeless at his feet, and a ravenous hunger tore through him, so painful it dragged him out of his dark vision. Minnow awoke, writhing on the ground, screaming for help, his body contorting and changing. The group leaped to his side, Sita immediately by Minnow's side as he howled in agony. His form twisted before their eyes, his limbs lengthened, his features sharpened into something feral. Minnow was transforming into a monstrous wolf-like creature. Panic gripped the entire party. They were stunned, unsure of what to do, as their friend became something terrifying and unfamiliar. Then, without warning, the werewolf Minnow lunged, attacking the party with savage fury. Erget was the first to be targeted, narrowly dodging Minnow's claws. Sita was next, but Erget managed to distract the beast, leading him away from the group. They didn't want to harm him. This was still Minnow, their companion through months of adventure, but the situation was spiraling out of control. Erget led the transformed Minnow deeper into the woods, where the wolf caught the scent of a deer. In a primal frenzy, Minnow hunted and slaughtered the deer, and in a strange display, left its head as an offering to Erget, perhaps a remnant of Minnow's bond with the group, even in this monstrous state. When they returned to the camp, Minnow, still not fully himself, targeted Sita again. This time, Erget tackled the massive werewolf to the ground, pinning him with all his strength. Slowly, Minnow seemed to regain control, his frenzied growls quieting, his body relaxing. When it was clear the danger had passed, Erget released him. The group gathered around the campfire, shaken but unharmed, watching as Elena took the deer's head and began to cook it. As they sat around the fire, the group discussed their next steps. Despite Minnow's transformation, they decided to remain loyal to their friend. Though he had broken the Green Pact by becoming a beast, they couldn't bring themselves to abandon or harm him. They weren't sure if he would ever return to his normal form, but one thing was certain: they would stand by him, no matter what. The only voice of caution came from Kelthan. Though not outright against keeping Minnow with them, he warned that the Lone Wing Clan would never accept him as he was now, and they had to consider their position in the clan's territory. Resolute in their decision, the group rested for the remainder of the night, planning to head for the Lone Wing camp at first light. Minnow, now a towering werewolf, curled up by the fire and slept. The others, while wary, rested as best they could, each of them knowing that nothing would ever be the same again.